People are always worried that their frame on their vehicle got damaged in an accident like this. In reality, there are two different types of frames on vehicles, and they're very different. For decades, almost all vehicles had frames that were basically two steel beams that ran the length of the vehicle. The suspension, engine, and transmission were mounted to the front of the frame, and the body of the vehicle was set on top of it. Frames like this are still used on full-size pickups and some other types of full-size cars and vans. In the early 80s, the unibody type of structure became more popular. It's basically a series of metal panels that are welded together to form a skeleton, and all of the exterior panels are attached to it to form the body of the vehicle. Super high-strength steel is used to form parts of the skeleton, making it very strong. On unibody vehicles, they have what's called an engine cradle underneath, and it's made of real heavy-duty metal, so it's strong enough to carry the engine and the transmission and the suspension. Whether it's a full frame or a unibody, the structure of the vehicle can be damaged in an accident. But don't worry, it can be repaired. But the techniques have changed over the years. When the structure on a vehicle is damaged, it needs to be pulled back out, so it'll go on a machine like this, a frame machine. It'll be held down to the vehicle with either chains, if it's a full-size frame, or clamps like this, if it's a unibody. Now, in the old days, guys could really heat up the frame on a vehicle with a torch like this, and get it good and hot, and then get that metal to bend even easier. But on newer vehicles, heat is the enemy of the vehicle. You just can't do something like this. When a vehicle's on a frame machine, a measuring system is used by the tech to make sure that the structure is pulled back to factory specs. In this case, targets are hung on various points on the vehicle, and computer readouts let the tech know when the vehicle's back in line down to the final millimeter. Unibody type vehicles are designed to absorb some of the impact energy in a crash, and sometimes the parts are so badly damaged they have to be replaced, but that's okay. A tech using the right equipment and doing things the right way can get your car like new again. One word of warning though, if you deal with what's called a salvage title, a vehicle that's been wrecked and rebuilt, you want to make sure that that vehicle was repaired correctly. As I mentioned earlier, heat is the enemy of the vehicle because it ruins high-strength steel. If you're looking at a salvage vehicle, make sure somebody didn't just heat up that panel and not replace it in the interest of making some money. Have it inspected before you buy it. For Channel 6 News, I'm Jim Champion, the Auto Guy.